Alright, I'm here with a really good new pickup video showing off some awesome stuff I've picked up lately. This is a really good one, so I'm just going to dive right into it. First things first, kind of get the lamer stuff out of the way. I caught a copy of Beyond Two Souls for PS3. It was on clearance at Target for $4.48, so I decided I'd bite for that. I've heard mixed things, but I've heard mixed things about all of David Cage's, Quantic Dream games, so it's good to have, though, for like $4. And then I guess I'll just dump right into the garage sale stuff here. Starting out this past Saturday, got some cool stuff here. $25 for this whole lot, and it was $25 for this whole lot. South Park on N64. Trying to get the full set of N64, so always grabbing them. Bassmasters 2000. Unfortunately, it was not the one that's worth a lot. I think that's a gray cart or black cart variant. WF No Mercy. And WrestleMania 2000. As well as Silent Hill 2. One of the great games of all time. Really good game. I really like that one. Clock Tower 3. I hate all these stupid EB game stickers on it, but Clock Tower 3, which is kind of a pricey game. Looks pretty cool. And Mario Kart Wii in the big box. All that, $25. Pretty fair. Pretty good. He had them individually priced, but I bundled them up. And it came to $29, and he did $25, so that's cool. Oh, there's also a GameCube controller in there as well. So, real nice deal there. Then, actually, funnily enough, he said he might get out more games the next day, and he might drop some prices on some of the stuff he had. Because he had some decent Wii stuff, just a little higher, $10, $15 from some stuff. So he said he might drop the prices. I went back the next day. The Wii stuff was all cleaned out, but he had these two games out here. So I asked him what he wanted on them, thinking he'd want a bunch, and he said $5 each. So I happily paid $10 for that nice set of Zelda GameCube games. As well as then that was the next day. That same next day, I hit like 5 sales. I didn't have time for too much, but I still wanted to go out. And I found, I went to a house, asked about games, and the lady said her daughter had some games. She only came out with 2 games, but it was kind of interesting. First, there was a disc-only copy of Animal Crossing City Folk. Like I say, I find a copy of this game pretty much every week. This is the game I found the most of any other game, Animal Crossing City Folk. It is insane. And then a copy of Super Smash Bros. For Wii U. Apparently, she got a Wii U, took the Wii U back, and got a PlayStation 4 instead. But for some reason opened the game, so they couldn't take it back. She's like, oh, my daughter said they can get rid of all the Wii stuff. She didn't realize this was Wii U at first. I was like, well, that's a Wii U game. And she's like, okay. And I didn't want to rip them off, so I offered $25 for the pair here. I can easily just trade this stuff in, and according to the GameStop app, get like $46. So I thought, why not? So, not bad. It's funny that they had Smash Brothers, but that's interesting, I guess. But yeah, pretty good there. I didn't want to rip anyone off, obviously, and have her just think that that was just some Wii game and then get in trouble with her daughter maybe, but that's gonna prevent that. Next up here is a pretty nice find. I only hit like 10 sales today, but I scored pretty hard. Today's Memorial Day as I'm recording this. I only hit 10 sales today but I scored pretty hard, so I'll get right into that. I asked for games at a sale. The lady's like, oh, my son just went to hang up the sign. He'll probably be back in like 10 minutes, so we waited around, and he came back, and he had some older games, so I bought all of this stuff here. Let me get all this stuff out, because I don't want to show the 2 pretty cool games first. So he had a stack of some Super Nintendo games and some 64 games, and then a few. He had some PS2 games. I only grabbed one PS2 game though. But for the Super Nintendo stuff, he had Jurassic Park. He had some stuff I didn't grab because I think he wanted a little bit more for his stuff. Like there was a Mario World and Mario Kart, but he said those ones will be more expensive since they're higher end games or whatever. Since they're better games, I think he said. So I didn't bother with that. For the 64, he had he told me the GoldenEye would be more expensive when I was flipping through it. So, and he had a Star Fox, I would assume. So I kind of just went for the stuff that, some of the lower end stuff, and then, but I still got some games he just didn't realize were something. But Jurassic Park for Super Nintendo, Jungle Book for Super Nintendo here, and I didn't know about this one. I just picked it up because it kind of looked cool. But price chart says this is like a $15 game about Gun Force. This looked pretty cool. I got maybe it's a shooter or something, but I picked it up because I'd never seen it. It looked cool. So I got those as well as these 64 games here. A couple filler ones and then 2 really good ones. I got here Supercross 2000, FIFA 64, Virtual Pool, which looks like the most generic and like boring game ever. And then the 2 ones that I was not walking away without, unless he wanted too much for them, were these 2 right here, Snowboard Kids 1 and 2. Really cool. I never find these games out there, so it was really awesome to find these today. Pretty nice shape. Has like a little tear in the back of Snowboard Kids 2, and 1 has this sticker on it that's going to be a pain to get off, and then I'll have to just probably switch out the back because it's property of Hollywood Video. They used to etch their name into the cartridge. But yeah, awesome to get both of these games here, as well as then the other game, PS2 game I grabbed was Silent Hill Origins. All of this stuff, I asked him how much he'd want for it, for all the 3 Super Nintendo games, 5 64 games, and 1 PS2 game, 9 games in total. And I think he said 40, and I got him down. I said, like, how about 30? And he's like, how about $4 a game, 39 bucks, or 36 bucks, sorry. And I was like, yeah, I was more than happy to do that. Yeah, some of these games I wouldn't have spent $40 for, like, you know, Virtual Pool, or $4 each for, sorry, like Virtual Pool or FIFA 64, but I definitely would have for the Snowboard Kids. So it evens out. 36 bucks for that lot. Have some pretty cool games there. Not bad at all. Moving into a real highlight set. This was on the way home. I decided I didn't think this was gonna be anything special, but so I almost didn't stop because it was just like this. There was this one lady out and she had her kids. There was a bunch of little kids and like little kids stuff and like little kids clothes. But I went and kind of just stopped, and then I asked because I felt like I had to. And then she's like, nothing like that, just the one PlayStation 2, because there was like one Guitar Hero game for the PlayStation 2, and I'm like, oh, nothing like Nintendo related or anything? And she's like, oh yeah, I do, I don't have them out, I don't know if you'd want them. I was like, yeah. So she brought out this whole box of Nintendo stuff in here, some Super Nintendo and NES games, and there's some real winners in here, so this was a really, really nice lot. There's a Super Game Boy in here, I guess to start it off since I was on top. Mario 2, Top Gun, yay, I guess. This one I didn't even know existed, and it was kind of valuable a little bit. Young Indiana Jones for NES. I've never seen that one before. RoboCop 3. Looks like a later release, maybe. The Konami Classic Series version of Blades of Steel. Ghostbusters 2, the label's kind of coming up here. I'll have to probably try to re-glue that down, but Ghostbusters 2, WrestleMania, and then the real winners are the Super Nintendo games here. So I'll go through this. This stuff's kind of dusty because they must have. She said it was in her closet for all these years. X-Men Mutant Apocalypse. I think I already have this one. Super Play Action Football. I find that game all the time. Ugh. Super Star Wars, Player's Choice version, but I already have that. And Donkey Kong Country. Not bad. Some good ones there. The Simpsons Bart's Nightmare. I have that on NES, I think. I have, I think, 2 Bart games on the NES. Super Punch-Out, which I did not have. I'm happy to get that one. Monopoly. Kind of, you know, whatever type game. Judge Dredd. This one's a good one. I never see this game. Or I've never seen this. Maximum Carnage, but it's not in the red cartridge. I'm not sure what's up with that. This is not a repro label as far as I can tell. It's not in a red cartridge though. I thought this game always came in a red cartridge. If anyone knows if like why this is the case, if this maybe was a later release version of it, like maybe if it hit Player's Choice or something, it was in a gray cartridge. If anyone knows why this is not in a red cartridge, please tell me. I'm really curious about that. That one's the best one. I'll save the best one for last. Tiny Toons, Buster Butts Loose. This is cool. I never see this out there. Super Mario All-Stars with Super Mario World, which is an awesome cartridge. Some unbelievably great games on that, obviously. Super Off-Road. And then the reason, pretty much, I looked through this and I was like, okay, yeah, I'll buy this. And then I saw this, I'm like, I'm definitely going to buy this. Sunset Riders was in this box, which is pretty, I think it's rare, if not just really uncommon, but it's kind of pricey. It's like up in the maybe $70 range. But so when I saw this, I was like, I got to get this a lot. There's no way. So I wanted to, ideally, I wanted to pay $50. So I did, was I offered the guy $40 for the whole box, and he's like, how about $50? And I said, all right, that's fine, and I paid him $50 because I obviously was not walking away without this box here. And I'm super glad I asked because, I mean, I could have just easily walked away. It's not good. Well, it doesn't want to zoom now. Okay. It doesn't want to focus on the game. All right, I could have easily just walked away without saying anything, asking about games. But I saw that one PS2 game. I'm like, they had to have something else, didn't they? But this, yeah, super awesome. Sunset Riders is like unbelievable to find just in a garage sale. Also came in this, I'll show that real quick, I guess. Came in this cool box for Super Nintendo games. This cool case. Let me kind of, it's dusty, but it came in this cool like case for Super Nintendo games. So that's cool. There's like a little spot for you to hang it up on the back. So maybe I'll have to do that. Maybe I'll nail it in and hang it up because this is pretty. And put my like best or favorite games in here or something because this is really cool. So that's cool. And then I'm gonna move into a really nice lot here. I guess when my parents met with their friends, they told them that I was into buying and like collecting old like Nintendo games. So they were like, oh, so we saw them again not too long ago at a party, and the husband was like, hey, I heard you're into that. I brought them in my car. If they were just sitting in a box in my attic forever, if you want to go out and take a look. And I was like, all right. So he brought this box out. I ended up buying it. I'll tell you what I paid for it at the end. But this is mine now. I bought some of the unremarkable stuff I already had. Rad Racer, some of the common stuff I already had. Captain Skyhawk, Tetris, and Legendary Wings, which is just kind of it's kind of an interesting game. Legendary Wings. Just found that not too long ago. There was a system in here. Nothing in it, but a system nonetheless. Gray Zapper, the later release, or the early release before it was orange. I don't have a gray Zapper, so that's cool to grab. I just have the orange Zapper. I just grabbed one of these not too long ago, but an Advantage controller. This one's nicer than the one I just grabbed, so I will probably keep this one. And that, my $50 lot is where that one was. And then a whole bunch of games here, so I'll go through the games. There's some really exciting ones in here, at least for me. So I'll go through them. These are ones I already had, but I'll go through these first. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. All right, I'll do that later. Yeah, Punch-Out. That's always a good one to get. Double Dragon 2 and Double Dragon 3, and then the Mario trilogy here. Mario trilogy, 1, 2, and 3. Everyone had it, you know. From 1 and Duck Hunt, 2 and 3, yeah. Everyone had it. Sorry about this camera. It's not wanting to focus on like anything today. It's really annoying. I already had this one too, but Double Dragon, just the first one. So there was a whole trilogy there. And then everything else from here I did not have. So I'll get into that now. Pac-Man, not the Tengen version, but the Namco one. That's cool to have. NES Open Tournament Golf. I'll save the ones I'm most excited for last. How about that? Metroid, the yellow one, not the like action series one. Just the regular old Metroid yellow. Dragon Warrior, that was a cool one to get. I did not have that, so I'm excited about that. Battle Tank. Gary Kitchen's Battle Tank. Bases Loaded 2, second season. I don't know what this one is. This is just, it says Jalico on top. Oh, just regular Bases Loaded. Alright. The Adventures of Bayou Billy. And the last three here are the ones I'm most excited about. Mega Man, which I didn't realize this game was as expensive as it is now. I thought it was maybe, you know, $40 game, $30 game. It's up there now. I didn't know that, so that's really cool. Mega Man 3 and Mega Man 6. I did not have any of the Mega Man games, like, physically. I have them on the Wii U Virtual Console, and I have them on the Legacy Collection. So I have them all. Like, I've played them all, but I don't have any of them physically. So getting half of the NES ones is pretty cool. I'll just have to get 2, 4, and 5. But nice start there. As well as it came in another really awesome case that you hang up on the wall. So I'll have to hang this on the wall and keep this. That's pretty sweet, though. And that's it for my pickup video. Lots of really, really, really awesome stuff. Probably one of my best one of 2016 so far, I'd say. Really awesome finds. Finding those, you know, getting those Mega Mans from him. Oh, I forgot to say what I paid for all those. Yeah. So what I ended up paying, I offered him $175, and he accepted it. So he was pretty happy with accepting that. So $175 for all those really good games. I figured that was fair since those Mega Mans are pretty pricey. There's some good games, and I can get a lot of my money back. So I think I'm happy with that. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff there. Sunset Riders, Mega Man, Snowboard Kids games. Really good pickup video. I'd like to thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.